Most people hear about horsepower and think of cars, engines, and even blenders. But do you really know how much power 1 horsepower give in the real life? In this video, I will break it down with one simple formula and you will never look at horsepower the same again. Let's break it down now.
Break it down now.
Okay, horsepower was created by James Watt, the same guy behind Watt. He created horsepower to describe how much work a horse could do. Horsepower is the unit of power, but in electric terms, I mean electrically, horsepower is being measured in watts. That is why we need to convert from horsepower to watt. Okay, so how do we convert? In this video, I will show you two methods on how to convert from horsepower to watt. But hey, if you are new here, like this video and subscribe so that whenever I upload video like this, you will be notified. Okay, let's dive into it now. Okay, here are the two methods. Method 1 1 mechanical horsepower is equal to 746 watts. That is the standard formula. 1 horsepower is equal to what? 746 watts. That is the standard formula. So let's say if we have 1.5 horsepower of electric motor and we have 3 horsepower of what? Air compressor. That means we have like 5 horsepower. If we are asked to convert this to what? To watt, here is the method 1, the first method you can use. We have the solution. We know that the standard formula of horsepower, mechanical horsepower, 1 mechanical horsepower is equal to what? 746 watts. And we are asked to convert 1.5 horsepower to what? Watt. We know the horsepower, but we don't know the wattage. So we have to convert what? This to watt. Since we know this, it should be what? 1.5 watt horsepower will be equal to what? S. So what are we going to do now? We are going to make S, which is the watt, which is in wattage, the subject of the derivation. So by making S the subject of the formula, we will cross multiply. By cross multiply, we will have that 1.5 horsepower. 1.5 horsepower multiplied by what? 746 watts. This times this will give us what? 1 horsepower. So it will be divided by what? 1 horsepower. So horsepower, we take away horsepower here. And the whole of this divided by this by 1 is the same thing as this. So 1.5 with my calculator, 1.5 multiplied by what? 746. It will give us what? So S, which is S, will be equal to what? 1119 watts. So that is the answer. 1, 2, 3, that is the answer. That is for 1.5 horsepower of what? Electric motor. So for B, which is 3.3 horsepower, we are asked to convert 3 horsepower to watt with the standard formula, which is 1 horsepower 1 horsepower is equal to what? 746 watts. That is the standard formula. And since we want to convert 3 horsepower to watts, we have that 3 horsepower will be equal to what? S. So we are looking for S. So since we are looking for S, we will cross multiply. So by cross multiply, we will have that S will multiply 1 horsepower. It will be what? We will have that 1 horsepower S will be equal to this 3 horsepower will multiply 746. So 3 multiplied by 746, it will give us what? 2, 3 what? 8. So since we are looking for what? S, we will divide both sides by the coefficient of S, which is 1 horsepower. So by dividing both sides by 1 horsepower, 1 horsepower, dividing here by 1 horsepower, this will take away this, and this divided by 1 horsepower, we will have that S will be equal to what? 2,238 watts. So this is the answer for B. So for the third one, for C, we are asked to convert 5 horsepower to watt, but we know that the standard formula for horsepower, mechanical horsepower, is 1 horsepower is equal to what? 746 watts. And since we have 5 horsepower to convert to watt, we will now have that 5 horsepower will be equal to what? S. By cross multiply, this will multiply, S will multiply 1 horsepower. We have that 1 horsepower S will be equal to 5 will multiply this, which is 5 horsepower multiplied by what? 746 watts. So by dividing both sides, by making S the subject of the formula, we will divide both sides by what? S. So if I divide here by what? S. Sorry, I will divide both sides by the coefficients of S, which is 1 horsepower. I divide here by the coefficient of S, which was 1 horsepower. So 1 horsepower take away 1 horsepower. So we have that S is equal to this horsepower will take away this horsepower. Are you seeing? So 5 multiplied by 746, 5 times 746, we have that what? It will be 3730 watts. Remember, watt divided by what? 1. And anything divided by 1 is that same thing. So it will be what? 3730 watts. So this is the answer. These are the answer. But this is the words. This will take much of your time if you are given this question in an exam. So here is the method 2 that is very simple to solve. Okay, let me clean here. This method will take less of your time and is the best method to use. Okay, let me method 2. Method 2. From the first one, which is what? 1.5 horsepower of electric motor. From this method 2, whenever you are asked to convert from horsepower to watt, just multiply it by what? 746. What do I mean? I mean that if you are asked to convert from horsepower to watts, which is horsepower, which is HP, just multiply it by what? 746, and it will give you in what? Watts. Here is the what? Is the simplest way of what? Converting from horsepower to watt. Here is the reverse formula. If you are told to convert back from watt to horsepower, just use this formula. If you are asked to convert from what? Watt to horsepower, which is the reverse formula, just divide it by what? 746, which is watt, which you are asked to convert to horsepower, divided by what? 746, and it will give you in what? Horsepower. So here is a simple formula which you will use to convert from horsepower to watt. Okay, so let's convert this A, which is 1.5 horsepower of electric motor, to watt. Using this first formula, since I have here that 1.5 horsepower of electric motor, I will just multiply it by what? 746. So what? It will be for A, which is this, it will be what? 1.5 multiplied by 746. And you have your answer. 1.5 multiplied by 746, which is what? 1119 watts, which is equals to 11919 watts. You see, it's very simple and easy. So for question B, which is 3 horsepower, just multiply it by what? 746 to convert it to watts. So it will be 3 multiplied by 746. 3 multiplied by 746 is 2238 watts. So it's very simple. For C, which is 5 horsepower, just multiply it by what? 746, which is 5 multiplied by 746, which will give me 5 multiplied by 746. It will give me what? 3730 watts. So it's very simple. Here is the simplest method to what? Convert from watt to what? Horsepower. To convert from horsepower to watt. So what if we are asked to convert this value, which is the wattage, to horsepower? We will now use this reverse formula, which is we are going to divide this by what? 746. So to convert it back to what? Horsepower for A, to convert it back to what? Horsepower, we will divide this number, which is 1119 of watt, we will divide it by what? 746. It will give it our answer will be in what? Horsepower. So we will have that by dividing 1119 divided by 746, it will give us 1.5 watts horsepower. Are you seeing that it is the same with the question they gave to us? So for B, to convert this answer, which is 3 horsepower, this 2238 watts to horsepower, we will divide it by what? 746, which it will be 2238 divided by what? 746. It will give us 2238 divided by 746. Our answer will be in what? Horsepower, which is 3 horsepower. So for C, to convert it back to horsepower, which is 3730 watts, just divided by what? 746, and we have 3730 divided by 746, we will have 5 horsepower. So that is the answer. So that is the answer. So this is the simplest way to convert from horsepower to watt and from watt to horsepower. So where can we, in what area can we apply this word conversion? Well, as an electrical engineer, technicians, and even what mechanics, we often need to convert from horsepower to watt when sizing what equipment, when wiring circuits, when checking power ratings of what equipment. Knowing the wattage will help you choose the right breaker or inverter for what your installation. That is the reason why we need to convert from what horsepower to watt. So let me leave this example with you guys. So you guys should convert 9.0 horsepower to watts, and also convert 3.5 horsepower to watts. Leave your answer in the comment section, and if you have watched to the extent, don't forget to like, leave a comment in the comment section, and share it to your friends. Don't forget to solve this and drop your answer in the comment section. Bye.